Hey there, Regina Andler here with part 10 of Pieces of Me. Pieces of Me is a 12-part series set up to give you a little sneak preview into the 10-week Finding Me program. Our next session actually starts soon, so I'll tell you more about it and once we get to the end. Today it's all about no. Do you always say yes to everybody and everything? Maybe somebody says, "Hey, we're having a party. You want to come?" Yes. "Hey, we have a opening on our board. Can you come?" Yes. "Hey, we're having a PTA meeting and we need someone to bake cookies. Can you do that?" Yes. "Hey, I'm not going to be able to drive the kids to school today. Can you do that?" Yes. "Hey, I have this new project and I'm looking for a project manager that has your skills. Can you do that?" Yes. Now, some of those things in there may be things that you actually wanted to do, right? However, if you are always saying yes, that can be a problem. Now, why is it a problem? Because when you say yes all the time to everybody and everything, that is when you start saying, "I never have enough time for me. I never have enough time to get all the things that I want to get done." Why? Because you're overcommitting yourself to everybody else. No is a complete sentence. And it's not a bad word. Now, why do we say yes all the time? Hi Stella, thanks for joining us. Why do we say yes all the time? A lot of times we say yes when we want to say no because we feel like, well, if we say no, they'll be mad at me. Or, you know, they did some things for me, so I should really do some things for them. Or maybe there's just something in a belief system that you have where you've learned over the years that you should always say yes. You should always be the one who says yes and helps somebody out. Now, I'm all for helping people out. And when you say yes to too many things, that is when you start overcommitting yourself. And yes, as Stella just said, pleasing the other party. You want to make everybody happy. You don't want to make somebody upset. Now, no is not going to necessarily upset anybody. Yeah, sometimes it might. It still should be a word used often in your vocabulary. If you mean no, you need to say no. This is not about whatever the event is, whatever the situation is. This is about you taking care of you and honoring and respecting yourself. When we take that 100% responsibility for us in everything that we do and become the creator of our lives, no becomes a word in our vocabulary that we use often. Why? Because we need to take care of ourselves as much as we need to take care of everybody else. If you don't take care of you, then there's no point anymore because something's going to happen. If you don't take care of you, eventually something's going to go wrong. Something's going to fail. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's something else going on, or you go into a depression, you go into a state of overwhelm where you just go, I'm just done. I can't do anything anymore, and you just shut down. And at that point, you're useless to everybody, even yourself. At that point, you have so far overextended yourself that your brain, your body, and everything, it just shuts down. So, in an effort to avoid that situation, which happens quite often, the easiest thing to do is to just say no. Now, a little short story for my own personal background. I've been on a lot of different nonprofit boards. And there was a point when I was actually on 5 different boards as a board of director. How did I end up on 5 different boards? Because I didn't say no. Now, every one of the organizations was something I was interested in. Every one of them had somebody on the board already who asked me to join the board that I knew, respected, liked. So every time somebody asked me, I was like, oh yeah, sure, I can do that. I found out really fast that I can't be on 5 boards at once and actually be able to give of myself and be able to be a contributing member to those boards because it was just too much. It became my entire being. It became everything that I was doing. So I learned to say no. At the moment, I'm on 0 boards. Will I go on another board again? Yeah, I probably will. Right now, I am off because I am working on myself. And once I get to where I want to be, then I can extend out to others and I will say yes to them again. I still have people asking me all the time. So, what are some tips for saying no? I have 5 tips for you for saying no. The first one is practice. What do I mean? That doesn't mean walk around just saying no, 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 no. Start saying no in little situations. Maybe no to the dessert after dinner. Or maybe when somebody says, well, hey, I wanted to go shopping today. Do you want to go with me? And you really don't want to go. Say, I appreciate the offer. And, any other time I might really want to go with you. But today, yeah, no, I really don't want to. So thanks, but no. Now, here's the thing. When you start practicing saying no to people, if you're a person who says yes all the time, saying no is going to feel really uncomfortable. It's going to really put you out there. And you're going to be like, well, no. And you're going to be nervous about it. Why? Because you're anticipating their response being, oh, really? Oh, I really wanted you to come today. You know what? What's going on with them is what's going on with them. Your no is what's going on with you if you really don't want to go. Learn to say no. It can be really hard. Learn it, use it in those little situations so you start getting used to the word. Do you ever hear a little kid? A little kid that's growing up and, maybe 5 years old, 3 to 5 years old, they're learning their words. They say no to everything. Everything. It's time to go to bed. No. It's time to eat dinner. No. It's time to do this. No. They're really good at saying no. And at some point in our lives, we learn that saying no is bad. Some of it comes from limiting beliefs from when we're a kid, and we're told that no is not a valid answer. You're not allowed to say no. If I told you something, that's what you're going to do. And when you said no, you got yelled at for saying no. So get that out of your head. No is a good word. Now the second tip is to don't lead with an apology. So that friend that might want you to go shopping and you really aren't up for shopping today. You don't start with I'm sorry. If you're not comfortable saying no, a lot of times you start with, I'm sorry, but no. What that I'm sorry does, it kind of weakens your response. It weakens your no. There's nothing bad with saying no. It's just where you are. Now, I know you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. You don't want to make somebody feel bad. But adding in that apology, it kind of weakens the whole no. If I say no now to somebody who's asking me to be on a board, I used to say, I'm sorry, but because of time constraints and this, that, and the other thing. And I put all these excuses in there. Now I just say, I really appreciate the offer, but no. Now, the next one kind of goes along with it. Stop being so nice. We want to be polite. But if you say yes all the time, that's not keeping you balanced in yourself. That's not taking care of you. And like Stella says, she used to feel guilty about not helping people. And, she agreed that saying no to protect her. Yeah. So when you say no, stop being so nice with the yeses. When you just say yes all the time, you're just saying it to be nice. When you say no, be polite. You're not being mean saying no, but at the same time, you want to make sure that they get that the answer is no. The answer is no. Do not try to convince me to do this. This is not something I want to do. The answer is no, period. Have you ever had somebody do that to you where you said no and then they said, yeah, but we got this and we got this and if you do it, then we'll do this. And you're still feeling it like, no, really, no. I said no the first time. I meant no the first time. I still mean no. So be polite and at the same time, let them know that your no really means no. And the next one is to leave the excuses out. I kind of mentioned that earlier. Leave the excuses out. Not a, well, no, I want to do this because this is going on or that's going on. Again, it does the same thing as, when you lead with the apology, it weakens the response. It weakens your no. They don't need your excuses. Nobody needs to know why your answer is no. If the answer is no, the answer is no. If you really want, if it's a good friend, it's a family member, something like that, and you want to, say no and qualify it for some reason, if that makes you feel better, then go right ahead and do it. But understand that basically you just weakened your no and you gave them an in to go, well, really? Are you sure you don't want to do this? Because you weakened your no and now they're thinking maybe you're wavering a little bit and maybe they can sway you into a yes. If the answer is no, the answer is no. Now, last but not least, the 5th of my 5 tips is maybe later. If you're really at a spot where no's feeling really super uncomfortable and it's really a no, but maybe it could be a yes depending on what's going on. Maybe if you ask me tomorrow, it might be a yes. Maybe if you ask me next week, it might be a yes. If you're wavering and you're not quite sure if it's really a no, by all means, don't say no. Say, well, right now, not a good time, but maybe later. And use maybe later as an open-ended option to say that I might change my mind and change it to a yes later. Right now, it's a no. Maybe later, I might though. And you can make yourself feel better if that's what you need as you're learning to say no. Now, like I said, I was on 5 different boards because I always said yes. Yes, 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 yes. To everything. Yes, I can help you with this. Yes, I can help you with that. Oh my gosh, yeah. And all of it was stuff that I was interested in. But again, saying yes all the time, you just overextend yourself. And when you do that, you all of a sudden get to a point where you just sit down one day and go, I cannot do this anymore. Maybe family relationships are taking a toll, or they're lacking. You're lacking with your relationships because now that you've said yes and overcommitted yourself, you're spending so much time on this other stuff that you just don't have time for anything else anymore. Or maybe you've said yes so many times to so many things and you realize, oh my gosh, I've double booked myself. I've triple booked myself. What have I done? Because you couldn't say no. So remember the tips for saying no. First off is practice. Practice saying no. Little things. I don't want dessert. No, no dessert. No, I don't want a second drink. No, I don't want to go to the grocery store today. No, I don't want to go to the movie. Whatever it is, when you mean no and you feel no, then say no. If it's a yes, and right now you're just not feeling it, that's when you can throw in the maybe later. So 1, practice saying no. Don't lead with an apology. Apologies just weaken your no. 3rd, don't be so nice. You don't have to be nice to everybody when they start pushing you for that yes. No, really, we need somebody to bake cookies and run the bake sale for the PTA. Can you do that? You're like the best person to do that, really. No, honestly, you're the best person. You are the only person. Everybody's talking about you. They love your cookies. They know that you can coordinate this. Please, 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 can you do this for us? The answer is no. If the answer is no, the answer is no. Don't be so nice. They'll get over it. They will find somebody else. Believe me, they do every single time. Leave the excuses out. No, I can't do the bake sale because that's really none of their business. Why your no is a no, that's all you. It's all up to you. It's all inside of you. Why you said no, whatever your no is, it's personal to you. If you want to share with them, by all means, share with them. But honestly, you can leave the excuses out. And then last but not least, the maybe later. If it really is I'm not sure right now, I'm not feeling it, but it's really something I like, so yeah, maybe later. I said that to multiple boards. Right now is not a good time, maybe later. Because I'm still interested in what's going on. So those are my 5 tips for today. Now, Pieces of Me is all about little snippets of the Finding Me program. The Finding Me program goes into a lot more detail about saying no as well. For more information on the 10-week Finding Me program, you can email me directly if you have any questions at regina@autumnascent.com. And for the program information, you can find all of the info on it at www.lifeofmydreamsnow.com. That's it for today. We have 2 more parts coming up for you, so stay tuned. And until then, bye for now.